Chapter 1: Mysterious Discovery. Jake and Michael were best friends and fans of the paranormal. They spent a lot of time exploring abandoned places and searching for signs of supernatural activity. One day, Michael stumbled upon a mention of a mysterious well that no one knew about. This well was located in an old village that had been abandoned many years ago. Chapter 2: Approaching the Mystery. Intrigued by this discovery, Jake and Michael decided to go to the old village to find this well and investigate it. They gathered all the necessary equipment and maps so they wouldn't get lost in the maze-like streets of the village. Along the way, they discussed their expectations and possible dangers that might await them. Chapter 3: Sinister Discoveries. When Jake and Michael finally reached the well, they found it covered in a thick layer of dust and darkness. The water in the well looked black and impenetrable. They decided to lower a flashlight down to illuminate its depths, and what they saw made their hearts skip a beat in horror. In the depths of the well, they noticed movement and a faint light emanating from something unknown. Chapter 4: Encounter with Darkness. The flashlight's beam penetrated the depths of the well, revealing something sinister. They saw faces distorted with fear and madness, trying to escape from the darkness. Suddenly, the well began to emit horrifying sounds, as if something was lurking in its depths and trying to break free. Jake and Michael felt their strength leaving them, but they were determined not to give up. Chapter 5: Fight for Survival. Jake and Michael realized they had fallen into a trap. The darkness from the well started spreading, enveloping them and causing them to lose consciousness. They tried to escape, but with each step, the darkness grew stronger. Their minds were filled with nightmares and visions of terrifying creatures. They knew they had to find a way to stop the darkness and save themselves. Chapter 6: Revelation of the Mystery. In a final act of desperation, Jake and Michael managed to break free from the grip of darkness and escape the well. They realized that the well was a portal to a realm of evil, where the souls of the deceased villagers resided. Now they had to find a way to close this portal and free those souls. They began exploring the village and talking to the locals to uncover the mystery of the well and find a way to close it. Chapter 7: The Final Battle. Jake and Michael decided to return to the well armed with weapons and amulets that could help them fight the evil. They battled with spirits and ghosts that tried to stop them. Finally, they reached the well and used their amulets to close the portal. The battle was tough, but they didn't give up, knowing that not only their own lives were at stake, but also the salvation of the village. Chapter 8: Victory and Liberation. When the portal was closed, the old village came back to life. The souls of the deceased villagers were freed and moved on to the afterlife. Jake and Michael felt immense relief and joy as they saw the village being restored and filled with life. They turned to the locals to learn more about the village's past and what led to the emergence of the dark force in the well. It turned out that the old village was a place where cruel rituals and sacrifices took place, and the souls of the deceased were trapped in the well as punishment. Jake and Michael realized that their adventure had a deep meaning and significance. They understood that they not only saved themselves but also helped free the souls that had suffered for many years. This experience changed them internally, making them more aware and compassionate. After completing their mission, Jake and Michael decided not to seek further adventures in the world of the paranormal. They realized that darkness can always find a way into our world if we're not careful. Instead, they chose to use their experience and knowledge to help others and explore safer and more beneficial areas. Their story became known in the district and sparked interest among many people. Jake and Michael shared their story in lectures and meetings to share their lessons and warn others about similar dangers. The darkness from the well remained in the past, but its influence remained in the hearts of Jake and Michael. They would never forget their struggle and victory over evil, and they would always be ready to help those who faced similar dangers. And so their story ended, reminding everyone that even in the darkest places, there is always hope and strength to overcome evil and bring light into the world.